Dolphins fans, it is draft day. I am Will Scott. Welcome into Dolphins Today. Unfortunately, the Dolphins do not have a first-round pick tonight. Thanks, Stephen Ross, for tampering. But we're still getting you guys a draft video today, going over some perfect draft scenarios. But first, help us get to 41,250 subscribers. Need 109 more. I'm trying to get there by the end of the draft to avoid going sub-only mode. I want everyone to have access to our channel, so be sure to subscribe. That's a sub link on your screen, youtube.com/DolphinsNews, or just hit that subscribe button below. Today's show, breaking down some dream Miami Dolphins draft scenarios. What would a perfect weekend look like for the Dolphins? They only have 4 picks, so they certainly have to take advantage of them. I want to hear from y'all down in the comments. What is your dream draft scenario? Let me know. What is it? I'm sure a lot of y'all are going to be saying Darnell Washington, and that is number 1 on my dream scenarios list, that the Georgia tight end falls to number 51 overall. And before the NFL Combine, we were looking at this guy as a realistic target, number 51, but he tore up the Combine. We'll break down those numbers here in a second. Here's what he did at Georgia last year: 454 yards, 2 touchdowns, 28 receptions. And as I said, was probably the biggest winner from the NFL Combine. He went from middle to late second round to probably a late first-round pick, early second-round pick, a 4.6, 4.40. The broad jump was 10.2, 31-inch vertical jump. His athleticism score, 91, second amongst all tight ends. This guy's an absolute freak. He's dynamic in the passing game. He's a very effective blocker. Would probably fit Mike McDaniel's offense a lot better than Mike Gesicki did. He could still be a big red zone target, but could also block. In fact, some scouts think this guy's going to be an offensive tackle by the end of his career. I don't know if I would agree with that, because he's so dynamic, like I said, in the passing game. But he's really strong, and he's not gonna let anybody get past him as a blocker as well. What would you do if Miami somehow landed Darnell Washington, either trading up for him? Again, he's the one guy I'd trade up for. Or if he somehow, some miracle happens and he falls to the Dolphins at number 51, what would you do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to have a party here on Dolphins Today Live. Producer Jack, you going to produce that live? Probably not, because you'll be on Maine. But we'll definitely go live here on Dolphins if they can somehow land Darnell Washington. We will be live for the second round tomorrow, so be sure to tune in for that by subscribing to the channel. My second dream scenario: you either take Cody Mauch or Steve Avila at number 51 and then land Tucker Kraft, the tight end from South Dakota State, at 84. So you address O-line at 51, you address tight end at 84. Those are your 2 biggest needs. Now, Steve Avila is one of my favorite offensive linemen in this draft. His stock has really been rising. He's someone that could go early second, late first. He did not allow a sack this past season for TCU. I know our guy Chad Jones also loves Steve Avila. A lot of y'all love Cody Mauch. I know Sherry May is a big Cody Mauch fan. 1 sack allowed at North Dakota State. It's kind of flown under the radar here because he's an FCS guy, but he's a really, really good talent. And what I like about Mauch is his versatility. He could play guard or tackle. You could start him at left guard or start him at right tackle, and I think he'd be an upgrade at both of those positions right away. As for Tucker Kraft, he's one of my favorite tight ends in this draft. Someone else at the FCS level, South Dakota State. Here's what Dan Brugler said about him in The Athletic. Overall, Kraft needs development time to refine his route running and blocking techniques, but he is big, strong, and athletic with the ball skills and blocking tenacity to evolve into an NFL starter. His play style and talent are reminiscent of Foster Moreau, who I really like. Now, we will be live for the NFL Draft, all 7 rounds. It begins tonight, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to tune in. I'm going to be hosting that pregame coverage with Tom Downey, so hope to see a lot of y'all in the chat. That's a sub link, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Go and subscribe. No commercial breaks. We're going to be breaking down every single pick. You don't want to miss our coverage here on Chat Sports, the best coverage you're going to find on YouTube and really anywhere. So be sure to subscribe to our main channel for the best NFL draft coverage. Number 3, dream draft scenario. It's taking Sam LaPorta, the Iowa tight end at number 51, addressing the tight end need, and then trading for Dalvin Cook this weekend, getting a running back that, in my opinion, you very much need another running back. LaPorta would probably be the best tight end on the board at number 51 overall. In fact, I think the Dolphins are going to pick him 1,300 receiving yards this past season, or I should say the last 2 seasons at Iowa, with 4 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Dalvin Cook continues to be linked to the Dolphins. There's a lot of speculation that a Dalvin Cook trade could happen this weekend. So maybe the Dolphins give up their 3rd-round pick to land Dalvin Cook. ESPN says the Dolphins could be very aggressive pursuing Cook this weekend during the draft. Will Dalvin Cook be traded to Miami this weekend? Type T for traded or type W for won't. Down in the comment section. The Minnesota Vikings running back, is he a Dolphin? I was talking to producer Patrick Seaman, who also hosts the Minnesota Vikings channel. He told me that a trade is probably not going to happen tonight, but it could happen tomorrow. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Will Dalvin Cook be a Dolphin? Number 4, dream draft scenario. So this is kind of interesting. Dalvin Cook and Cam Fleming are added to this team. Obviously, they're not draft prospects. Cam Fleming is the free agent offensive tackle. Dalvin Cook is the Vikings running back. And then, with your remaining picks, you draft a tight end and draft a guard. So you get an offensive tackle, a running back, a tight end, and a guard this weekend. That would address your 4 biggest needs. You could take care of that in the next couple of days. Now, Cam Fleming, the former Denver Broncos right tackle, now NFL free agent, he met with the Dolphins this week. No signing imminent, but I get the impression that the Dolphins are probably going to sign him if they don't draft a tackle, and he would be a huge upgrade at right tackle. Taking a look at my dream offensive line, I've been saying this for weeks. Teron Armstead, your left tackle. You draft a left guard. Maybe Steve Avila or Cody Mauch. Connor Williams is your center. Robert Hunt your right guard. And then Cam Fleming is your right tackle. This offensive line right here would be a top 10 offensive line in the league. And the Dolphins, for the past 2 or 3 years, have had one of the worst offensive lines in the league. You have got to keep Tua upright, because if Tua stays healthy, this team can win a Super Bowl. And this offensive line, what you're looking at right now, would be a significantly better offensive line than we've seen in years past. Number 5, in my last dream draft scenario, it involves trading back, adding draft picks, and with your first 3 picks after the trade back, you address the offensive line, you take a tight end, and you take a running back. Taking a look here at the fan-led mock draft that we did a couple of weeks ago. So in this fan-led mock draft, we did trade back 8 spots with the Cincinnati Bengals. In the process, added a 4th-round pick that we did not have. So we had a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and a 4th-round pick. Let's say the Dolphins spend that 2nd-round pick on a tight end, 3rd-round pick on an offensive lineman, 4th-round pick on another need. I would be thrilled if the Dolphins did this. And, you know, I know there's been some rumors about trading up, but I think trading back is a great idea. You only have 4 picks, add some draft capital, and fill these team needs, because you do have some big holes on this team. It's tight end, on the offensive line, and at running back. Again, they could maybe sign Dalvin Cook if he gets cut, or trade for Dalvin Cook. But that's certainly a dilemma right now for the Dolphins, because you probably don't want to draft a running back if you're going to add Dalvin Cook in the next couple of days. Should the Dolphins trade back? Type Y for yes or type in for no down in the comment section. For me, it depends who's on the board at pick 51. If Darnell's there, you shouldn't trade back. If Cody Mauch is there, you shouldn't trade back. If Steve Avila is there, you shouldn't trade back. But if you're in a situation where some of your favorite prospects are off the board, trade back a couple spots, add another 3rd-round pick, add a 4th or 5th-round pick that you don't have. I think that's a great idea here if you're Miami. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to have you covered with Dolphins draft coverage. We're going to get you guys a video for every single Dolphins draft pick. And we're not going to go live tonight unless a trade happens, which is possible. But we're definitely going live tomorrow night. So subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you know when we go live.